welcome to the Joyful Connection Masterclass. This is a special version, a mastermind format, only in 1 hour. Hi, Linda. Good to see you always walking and meeting at the same time. Welcome back. Oh, man. You guys, one thing we like to do to catch up with each other, if you're new here, it's great to get to know who's in the room. Share in the chat. What's something that you're celebrating? Or something in like the last couple weeks or the last month since we've seen each other. What's something that you want to share with this room of peers that you are excited about or want to celebrate, so we can practice celebrating each other. And I will go ahead and quickly get us started today. Usually we have a little bit more time, but please keep sharing in the chat. What are you celebrating as we get caught up? But we're going to keep it under 1 hour today. So we've moved fast before. This might be a record-setting speed today, so please bear with me. I just want to kind of set that expectation and intention that we're going to stay on time. And I'm so grateful to be here together for this special edition of this masterclass that's going to really help us nourish and form meaningful relationships out of maybe the 50 or hundreds that we just met at conferences recently. I'm still buried in an inbox of intro emails and LinkedIn messages and connection requests, and I'm super excited. I need today too. So I'm grateful to be here with you. The Connection Crew is we're a team of connection professionals that collaborate on this mission that we have together of helping 1 million people feel more connected by 2030. And we do that in a few different ways. One of those ways was at CultureCon West. 15 of us were there. Many of you are in the room. Good to see you. Helping amplify connection for the 400 attendees at CultureCon. And I like to say the feedback is pretty good. We did a good job. A few takeaways today. You're going to walk away with a bit of a framework that you can use to map your recent connections. You're going to have a new habit, a calendar habit for connection kind of continuity, and a good habit there. And hopefully an accountability buddy to stay on track. Whether you find one here or you already have someone that helps you stay accountable in your life, either works. And a little bit of a difference than you're used to. We're going to have 4-person breakout rooms today. And it's important, you're going to stay in the breakouts with each other. Part of the spirit of connection is we're kind of going deeper with each other and learning and getting to know each other more as we go along. So it's important you are at all 3 breakout rooms. Don't leave your buddies hanging. By the end, you'll hopefully have a few new friends that you can stay in touch with. And then after the hour, there will be 2 opportunities. One, if you said yes to being an accountability buddy, you'll have an opportunity to go back in the breakout rooms and share contact information and follow up. And then for the rest of us, if you have to go, that's great. If not, you can hang on for about 15 minutes. We'll hang on and kind of celebrate at the end of this. So it is time to officially kick this party off. Welcome. My name's Hanson Hunt. You are at the Joyful Connection Masterclass, and a special version of it, a mastermind. And we have 3 amazing panelists in store for you today that are going to walk us through and actually practice what we preach around event and connection follow-up. So first, I would love to kick off with the one and only Covve CEO and co-founder, and my friend Yiannis. Many of you got to spend time with him at CultureCon West in person. A rare thing to see Yiannis and stateside. Welcome, Yiannis. So good
Hi,
to have you.
Hanson.
So good to have you here. You're not always, you don't always have the opportunity to be in the hot seat as a panelist, and it's really cool to bring you back up and maybe give people who haven't met you in person a chance to get to know you a little bit. So I would love for you to briefly introduce yourself, Yiannis, and share, if you would, what's lighting you up these days.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see so many familiar faces, especially after CultureCon West. So I'm Yiannis Gavrielides. I'm the co-founder of Covve, and I love connecting people and helping people connect with each other, which is why I love what we're doing now today here. So what's lighting me up these days? I've just spent 2 weeks in the US for the Social Connection Conference and then for the CultureCon West. And it's great to be back home. So that's lighting me up, but also the opportunity to follow up and reflect on those experiences that I had with connecting with great people. So this was the opportunity after the fast pace to connect and reflect. So that's really keeping me very happy the last few days.
Yeah, it was great to see you in person multiple times, and you're keeping me busy too. That was quite the conference season we just ended. So
Absolutely.
I'd love for you to take it away and share your activity with everyone.
Great. What I'd like to share with every one of us is what we end up having to deal with after we attend a conference. So many of us in this room, we come back with many, many contacts, many very fruitful connections, and we need to follow up. So we are always wondering who to follow up with first, when to start following up. And I'd like to share like what I do and the framework that I've established for myself. Now, CultureCon West was the last conference I attended. We were facilitating connection at the event, and the number one networker, the number one connector had more than 100 connections. I personally had 29. So I had to see how do I make sense of those connections and who to follow up with first. And I use a framework that I call ACE, and that stands for three classifications that I immediately put my connections in after a conference. So that's act, collaborate, and exchange. And I'll very quickly walk you through them. So act is a group for people that you agreed you will be sending them something, you will be following up with them on something, an introduction, an article you discussed, a call, maybe follow up on a call. Now, these are connections that expect your follow, and you need to build on that momentum. So in this situation, for example, I'll give an example. My example would be Derek. I met him at CultureCon West. We had an amazing experience, a near-death experience, like traveling to the longer tables dinner. And I promised Derek that I would connect him with a person in Cove's team to talk to him, to give him more information about our event's solution, the one he experienced at CultureCon. That would be so Derek is in my ACT group. Then an example of my collaboration group is Camila. I've met her in CultureCon in 2024, met her again this year, and we've always been discussing about collaborating and exchanging ideas. So this is a collaboration group, people that you had a rapport with and you would love to work with. And then finally, the exchange group are people where you felt a connection, you would love to stay in touch with them. It's not a high priority, but you would love to have them in your circle of contacts and exchange information, see how they're doing, send them a friendly note. In my situation, it was Bridget. I met her at the Masterclass hosted by the Connection crew, again at CultureCon. And with Bridget, we exchanged a lot of information about her podcast, and I'd love to follow up with her on whether it went live or not. So these are examples of how I classified people in ACE: action, collaboration, and exchange. And I'd like us to do this as well. Now, I'm going to give you, before we go into it, I'll give you a minute to find the list of people that you've met recently. Like if you were in CultureCon West, then we send a list, like Covve sends the list of everyone you've met after the conference. So for those who attended, that would be in an email from covve@covve.com saying your connections. Now, if you attend another conference, bring those connections now, or maybe go to your LinkedIn and find your recent connections, and that would be a list. And think of 3 people that you would classify in those categories, and actually do me a favor and think of something that you should have noted down, like who introduced you, what you connected on, something that you promised to share, something important about their family maybe. So make sure you take a quick note on that. So let's spend a minute to find your people, to find this list, and let's pause for 1 minute for you to do that. Okay, time is up. Let's bring you back. So yeah, I saw some comments in the chat as well. These are people that you've all met recently, and we need to follow up on. This is what we're practicing now. How do we follow up with many people we've met recently? Now, in the traditional sense of I do, we do, you do, I'll bring on, can we have Rachel to help me on stage? Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Yiannis.
Thanks for modeling with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So may I ask you, who are 3 people you've met recently at a conference, and where would you classify them in the ACE framework, and why?
Yeah, absolutely. So at CultureCon West, for ACT, the first person is Whitney. I have facilitate a diagnostic called Leader Network Diagnostic, and I told her that I would share that information to potentially facilitate that at her company. For C, for collaborate, was with Dylan. I met him at longer tables and we talked about collaboration on events. And for E was Chrissy. We met at longer tables, but she sat across from me and we didn't really get to talk much, but we had a commonality in books. And so I wanted to share some book information with her.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for that, Rachel.
Absolutely.
So now it's your turn. What we'll do is you'll be separated into breakout rooms with 3 people. Now these are going to be the three same people across breakout rooms. So this is going to be the first time you meet, and then you'll stay for another 3 exercises. Now with these 3 buddies, what we want to do is we'll start with the person with the longer hair and go down to the person with the shorter hair. And first introduce yourself, share your name, and share what excites you about the place you live in. And then each person will share 3 people that they recently met, where they fall within the ACE framework. So who is in ACT, who's in collaborate, who is in exchange, and why. And then you swap, and the other person takes over. So we'll paste the instructions in the chat in case something is not clear. And have fun connecting with your buddies. Welcome back, everyone. Hi. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you had a chance to actually classify 3 contacts. Now, we've covered the who. Now, after you identify who you're going to follow up with, we need to identify the what, and that's exactly what Rachel will take us through. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Giannis. Appreciate it. And for folks who are new here and don't know, Giannis is a co-founder and CEO of a tech company, not a professional facilitator coming to facilitate things like this all the time. So thank you for the courage to jump in the hot seat, Giannis, and be a facilitator with us and a panelist. So if folks want to give him a round of applause or a gratitude in the chat, give Giannis a little love, so that way he wants to keep coming back and facilitating more. I wrote down my names. I'm ready to go into the what with Rachel. So if you would, please welcome my friend and co-captain from the CultureCon West team, Rachel Rozen. I would love to hear, Rachel, what's lighting you up right now?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Hanson. So right now what's lighting me up is watching Syracuse men's basketball. They're doing much better this season. We're 4-0, although they keep giving me heart palpitations, but I'm enjoying watching the games. I'm a big basketball fan.
And sports fan in general, I feel like either sports or travel comes up in every conversation we have. Well, I'm looking forward to folks and doing the activity myself, going into the what with the who. So take it away.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Hanson. So now that we've started our connections, let's talk about the type of follow-up that moves a relationship forward. We all have resources that we can share with others and may ask for help from others. And that's where I want to introduce the 3 I's framework. The first I is an introduction. Can you introduce them to someone else? Or can you ask for an introduction to someone? The second I is information. Can you offer support? It could be a resource, an article, a podcast. Maybe it's someone to follow on social media, or maybe a suggestion. And the third I is an invitation. Can you invite them to a coffee chat, a virtual walk, a webinar, or a community like Connection Crew? Each relationship may call for one or several. Now we want to stay with our same 3 people that we've already selected. And I want to bring Liz up and we're going to quickly model what that looks like for us. So Liz, can you share the 3 connections you have and which of the 3 I's, and be specific, you're going to follow up with them on?
Happy to. Thank you, Rachel. So the first person is Stacy, and we chatted about her work in CRM, and I need to follow up with her and introduce her to Margaret, who is looking for help in the CRM department. So that could be a good matchup. The second person is Mauricio, and I want to share some information with him. He's a community leader about a community leader cohort that I'm offering to support those people. And then finally, Yusuf is somebody I want to follow up with and invite him to the next Key Hubs mixer that's in town here in Minneapolis. What are
Awesome.
your connections, Rachel? What are the 3 eyes you're using?
Thanks, Liz. So same 3 people that I said before with Giannis. So Whitney, I'm going to send information about the Leader Network Diagnostic to potentially facilitate that at her company. For Dylan, I want to invite him further to connect through a coffee chat because we wanted to collaborate together. And for Chrissy, I want to share book information with her. So those are the 3 that I have. Thank you for modeling, Liz. Really appreciate it. So now it's your turn with your breakup buddies again. You're each going to get 60 seconds to share your 3 contacts. So for those of you that didn't get to share, you're going to be able to share again with the 3 eyes. So pick one of those 3 eyes. It could be one or many. It's okay if it's just one. And we're going to take a quick pause so you can have 30 seconds to reflect on those 3 contacts and the 3 eyes. Awesome. Welcome back, everyone. In the spirit of the mastermind, it helps to learn from the things that we do. So if you're open to it, share in the chat an example of one of the 3 eyes that you shared with your new friends. And as you're doing that, Hanson's going to come back on so we can introduce Liz.
Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that this activity is actually challenging me too, to like get specific, not just like the generic follow-up. Hey, it was great meeting you, but like actually, what is the specific thing that I'm following up around? So thank you for that and getting my brain going. And everyone, round of applause and gratitude for Rachel. And if you were at CultureCon West, special gratitude for Rachel being the co-captain, helping lead the connection crew through that experience. It was fantastic working with Rachel there. And next up, another close friend and connection crew founder team member. Please give a warm welcome to Liz Otteson to the stage. Liz, good to see you.
As my
We get to
guest.
we get to talk all the time, but I'm so excited to have you back on stage. You're such a warm energy that I like to be around, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with this room. Or nutritious is the word I like that you use with your community work. And so if you would, please share what is lighting you up?
Well, it is baking season, and I am super fired up to make some lefse with friends this weekend. And then I spend the month of December, every spare moment, baking Christmas cookies and then giving them away to neighbors.
If you end up dropping any in the mail, I'll send my address. But
Please do.
thank you for being here, and I'm excited for the group to figure out the last of this, the win, the habits. So take it away.
This is the part that I need the most. And so hopefully it will benefit you as well. But this is the part where we build that joyful, sustainable rhythm for connection, because connection isn't just a moment, it is a habit. And knowing who you want to connect with and what you want to offer them or ask from them is a great start. And we'll explore some connection cues to build in repetition and grow the relationship over time. The key is to create a habit that is going to energize you. So think about a good rhythm or a cadence to reach out to your conference friends. Could be weekly, monthly, quarterly. And then I also want you to think about how can you make it an inviting ritual, something that energizes you, that doesn't feel like a task or a should. So for instance, when I do this, I like to wrap up my week on Friday afternoon with follow-up Fridays. I light a candle, I pour some tea, I'll send an email or two to people who've been on my mind. And then the other thing I do at the end of a conference is whatever day of the month that is, I'll send a monthly reminder to scroll through event photos, to reach out to people that I met at that conference, and that just keeps it top of mind for me. And I also have a bare minimum. So if I'm overwhelmed, I'll just send something like a podcast link or an emoji to just kind of keep people top of mind and vice versa. We're going to share these ideas in the chat just so you have some initial ideas to get you thinking. And remember that the most sustainable habit is one that honors your energy, does not serve your guilt. So let's invite Yiannis back up to the stage to help model this activity in the I do, we do, you do spirit. Yiannis,
Liz.
hello again. What is one rhythm or ritual that could work for you? Weekly, monthly, quarterly, based on your work cycles?
So I'll be honest with you, mine is a daily one. Um, it's a time in the morning. It's after my exercise, before I go to work. I escape a very busy household into a corner in my quiet balcony where I am totally alone, and that's when I do my reach outs.
Mm, I love it. And what is something that makes it fun for you?
So I think first of all, it's a time I have 100% to myself. It's usually sunny. I live in Athens, Greece, for those who don't know me. And so it's a very pleasant place. I am very I use a tool and warning this product placement, but it's true. I use Cove's personal CRM to actually it gives me a list every week of people I've met and allows me to take notes. So for me, it's like playful and gamified, and I have to complete my list by end of the week. So that makes it quite fun.
I love it. And then that fun, I'm sure, is infused in your outreach and other people feel it on the receiving end. Thanks for sharing, Yiannis. Now
Thank
we're
you.
going to turn it over to you all. We're going to pause for 30 seconds first, just to give you a minute to brainstorm your initial ideas for your connection cue. And you're thinking about that frequency piece and also what's going to make it fun and energizing for you. Doesn't need to be fleshed out, but we'll take 30 seconds to think about that now. Excellent. So when you go into your breakout room, whoever woke up the earliest relative to your time zone is going to go first and then talk about what is that one rhythm or ritual that could work for you, what the frequency is, weekly, quarterly, monthly, and what is one thing that could make follow-up feel fun instead of forced. So we'll head to our breakout rooms now. People are coming back in. Welcome back. We have most people? I think so. Well,
Yes.
hopefully that was good and energizing and you got around the circle. We hope you have the beginnings of an energizing follow-up habit. I want to welcome back Rachel, and she's going to help us put it all together.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Liz. So now we're going to take action. So you found your who through ACE and your what through the 3 I's and your when through your follow-up habit. Now we need to take action on this. So I want you to take 1 minute and write a quick draft for a message. Now, the medium you use is up to you or how you prefer to reach out to them. It could be email, it could be a LinkedIn DM, it could be a text message, a video note, or a voice note. So we're going to take 1 minute to pause. Think about what you want to say. Awesome. I know that was really quick, but now you're ready to hit send. So after today's session, go ahead and send that message, whether it be an email, a voice note, a video note, get that follow-up started, and you've created a way that you can do this moving forward. So in the chat, we'd now love to hear from you an insight you had from today. Maybe it was a contact that you weren't thinking about, your alignment to ACE, what you want to send them in the 3 I's, or name your follow-up habit. So go ahead and add that into the chat. And we have a couple minutes. I would love if anybody's open to volunteering to share out loud what that insight was for them today. So I see a few different things coming through in the chat, but feel free to raise your hand. We'd love to just bring you up on stage if you're open to that, sharing one insight that you got today. All right, Sparkle, you're up.
Hello.
Right.
I learned today that it is hard for me to think about what I have to offer someone, that figuring out what I have to offer someone stops me from reaching out in the first place. I also acknowledge that things like calls and voice notes are what come naturally to me. They bring me joy. And so I don't need to stress so much about sending a message in the way that I think of a follow-up message. Like I can just use my voice the way that I wanna.
Absolutely. And voice notes are so much better too, because people actually see your presence and feel that when you come
Yes.
across versus written. So thank you for sharing that. All right, Stephen, come on up.
Hey, everybody. I just wanted to say that I love the entire framework coming in because one of the things is that I actually came in with an event I had gone to last night with a set of business cards like right in front of me. So I was able to use this framework on this and think, okay, which are the people that I'm acting with, collaborating with, and exchanging with, and then the three I's. I think both of them kind of like really kind of came into something about, okay, I've gone to an event. I have these cards. I have the people I'm, connected with. Now, what do I do to actually cement a connection rather than just have, what I usually have, which is just stacked of business cards everywhere.
That's awesome. I love that, Stephen. And the intentionality between last night and coming in today is fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Kashanda, my friend, how are you? Come on up.
Hi, friend. I hope everyone is doing well. It is a happy Thursday. I wanted to share, I had a great group. I had a great group. And one thing I think I realized is how we're all different in approaching connections, but also one of the commonalities that I saw was a struggle was the follow-up as well, where you store those names. And so I did give some ideas that I knew about, but I also shouted out how Cove presented us with this list that was beautifully done, that helped me to be able to be prepared to categorize. If I didn't have that list, I would probably use like Excel or something, but I housing a place where you can revisit those people is so important. So even if you forget later, you can come back to it and follow up, and that can be your best, tool for what that looks like and how we use this framework. So just wanted to share. I had a great group, but that was one of the things we talked about, even for me with follow up, really having something to go back to as a tool to use to keep it going.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for sharing, Kashanda. And last up, Kevin, long time no see. So great to have you on
Hey,
today.
Rachel, great to see you too. What was so funny was right at the end when you said, "Hey, here's 60 seconds." Because in our last round, I had talked about how I love the power of LinkedIn messages that are
Mhm.
limited to 60 seconds, right?
Yeah.
A voice message. And so when you said, here's 60 seconds, what do you want to say? Who do you want to say it? Corey and I had just connected. So it was just that opportunity to send that immediate message to Corey and just have fun, right? And it's so simple. And several mornings a week, I'll just drop 3 or 4 messages, right? And it takes less than 5 minutes. And it's one of the, and then I see that Hanson doesn't like those. So Hanson, you're off the list, buddy. I won't send you anymore.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Appreciate it.
I want to recognize that I love Kevin's messages, but what I love more is Kevin's phone calls. So for folks wondering why Hanson doesn't like voice memos in the chat there, it seems I blew up the internet a little bit with that message. Yeah, I want to pick up the phone and talk to people now. And also I blame the iPhone's audio message functionality for like disappearing my messages. I
Yeah,
hate that. So
I do
that's
send
part
you
of it.
audio messages, but it's for time purposes for me.
Which I didn't listen to your message until this morning because of that. I was like, I don't want to listen to it and it'll go away and I'll for
Well,
so
I'll let you take it from here. Thank you, everyone.
thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you and Liz for walking us through that, and Giannis, kind of taking us through that who and that what and that when, and building a bit more of a uplifting habit of connection and follow up after you meet people at events. So huge round of applause to our co-hosts and panelists here today. Thank you everyone for joining that and participating. How this is going to work at the end, we had a couple more minutes. I'd love to quickly share a poll that this is a way that we know kind of who wants to be more involved and connected with the connection crew going forward and do things with us like be a part of the team that goes to conferences and amplifies connection at the conferences, but also be a panelist in the future or things along those lines. And then we're going to send you back. We're going to say our goodbye. Then there'll be the after party, and we'll send people back to breakouts if you want to exchange contact information and follow up with your accountability buddy. And this is where my invitation to you is to set kind of a SMART goal with that buddy. Like when will you follow up? What does it look like? How will you support each other? What does support look like for you? Like Friend Fridays or something like that, where you are sending a text message to each other on Friday mornings and checking in, like, how's it going? Um, so I know I will be reaching out to my accountability buddies for that. A few of them are on this call here, but mostly my San Diego friends like Sparkle. And yeah, we can probably wrap up that poll. And officially, let's take a group photo together. Get me out of spotlight, and let's see if we're ready to take a fun photo. So for folks who are new here, this is what we do at the end every time, and celebrate each other and what we just went through. Thank you for being a part of this joyful connection mastermind. And my invitation is for you to share what that joyful energy feels like now, and that's the face we'll capture on our team photo here in our screenshot. So, Andy, there's a lot of people in here. Are we going to be able to cover this in one photo? How big is your monitor?
No, we'll need 2 photos for this. So I'm
Oh,
gonna grab the
no.
first one.
Give us a countdown, Andy.
Yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Let's go for the second one.
You can change your face on the second one.
Ooh, 3, 2, 1. Yay, we got them. Thank you all.
Thank you. And now is our official time to say goodbye. Thank you for being here. We will open the breakouts. Some of us will keep hanging on afterwards for the after party. You don't have to go back to the breakout if you want to stay in here, but I encourage you to exchange information and how you're going to follow up with your accountability buddies if you wanted them. Thank you, folks. It was so good to see your faces and be here with you again together. So that is officially the end. Right on time, 10 o'clock. When was the last time we were exactly on time? It's been a minute. Thank you, Rachel, Liz. Yiannis went back to the breakout room, so he must have really liked his accountability buddies. We lost him. What did I miss? Did I miss anything at the end there? I always lose track.
There was a flood. I was trying to keep up, and I finally just let it go.
What was a flood of what?
Just all the comments and the things that were resonating with people, and yeah.
So something because the Zoom, will export the chat history afterwards. I usually take a moment to read the chat history because it's too hard to read them all while you're facilitating. What's up, Hans? What's up, Kevin? Thanks for being here, Hans. You can come off mute, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have a great day, I'm saying. I love it.
Dude. Good to see you.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, Hans. Hey, Kevin.
Hans is one of my newer friends here in San Diego. That he leads a new tech startup that helps parents with the kind of managing the healthcare and advocating for their children. And it's really, really cool product. He's got a really kind of sad story that got him here and motivated to start this company. But really cool dude. If you've never met Hans, to reach out to. Zach, my man, what's up?
Not much. It's good to see you. Thanks for
It's my first time seeing you since the madness.
I know. Since the madness. What a week it was. It's fun to see so many other culture geeks here. That was awesome.
Yeah, there was a good crew here today. We had over 60 people. I don't know how many frac friends versus CultureCon West friends, but there was a lot of fun people. Liz,
5
friends?
frac people.
Frac.
Yeah.
You counted your frac people? You went through the whole attendee list and counted them?
Well, I did early on, yeah. So I might have missed one or two, but one of them got to connect with Sarah, so I'm super excited because I think they will definitely resonate with each other.
Oh, right on. Welcome, Rich. This is your first rodeo with us, right?
Rich is a frac friend.
Nice. Yeah. Frac friend Rich. How did it go?
Which event? This one or the frac event?
Yeah, this one. Well, also, I mean, I'd love to hear frac too. But
yeah, I had no idea what to expect. Not certain who invited me. I bet it was Liz. But no, I just like I said, no idea what to expect, and quite frankly, I came to this very joyful meeting from a very dark meeting. So that changing the headspace didn't go as smoothly as I wanted it to.
Well, I hope we got a little bit more joy in your day now.
Yeah.
So Maya, good to see you, friend. It's been a minute, and I missed you in Denver.
And I was so jealous seeing all of you all at CultureCon because I went to the last one and I had another speaking engagement and just didn't have it in my budget. But yeah, it was so great to see a lot of folks there and just love it. So yeah.
Nice. Elizabeth is a new friend of mine from the connection world, specifically kindness, and I get to meet up with Elizabeth in person soon. So super excited about that. Elizabeth, welcome to the connection crew.
For inviting me. It's great to meet folks today.
Yeah, what'd you think of your first masterclass? Although this was a variation of it, but it's similar.
Yeah, no, I love it. I need to learn more about fracking and the connection crew, but we'll have coffee this afternoon and I'm sure I'll get all filled in. But it was great to be in community, and a couple of my breakout room cohort mates are actually all three of them are on the call right now. So thanks.
Usually a good sign when they're all still hanging out.
Yeah.
Did you guys set a follow-up, an accountability, like a follow-up cadence or anything like that?
Group didn't. We exchanged emails and LinkedIn accounts just to stay connected with each other. A few folks already had connection accountability partners.
Yeah, this community, that's kind of a normal thing here. Tony, welcome back. Yiannis, we lost you. You were so excited about your breakout rooms, you left us.
Absolutely, I thought that was the point.
Yeah, it was the point. I'm jealous. I don't get to be in the breakout rooms. I don't have a buddy.
I was positively surprised I was pulled in one.
That was great.
Thank you, Genesis. And Andy.
Other friends I'm seeing. Eleanor, welcome back. Good to see you again. And I owe you a Marco Polo. But I've been wanting to have the space to send you a good Marco Polo. But good to see you again. Who else was, this is the first time, I think. Kashana, you've been to a couple. Megan, this was your first one from UNC. We met you at Social Connection Conference with Yiannis and I. So welcome. How did it go? You're on mute.
Yeah. It went well. I think I'll come back. Any excuse to connect.
Short and sweet.
Yes. Well, it's been a good day. I got to do a guest lecture on global loneliness. So, for anybody, I teach loneliness at UNC Charlotte. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Do you teach loneliness, or do you teach people how to work through loneliness?
For all the first years that came in, all 5,000, the latter. I developed all the learning modules for that, like the curriculum for that. So, yeah.
I have a strong sense you'll be joining as a panelist here one of these days. So
maybe. It would be an honor.
We'll talk. Well, it was so good to see you, friends. We can officially say our goodbyes. Nathan, I didn't even see you there. It's your dark room. It's beautiful light behind you, but it's like such a dark room. I'm like, didn't even see your face. Good to see you, friends. Thank you for being here. And our kind of ritual of saying goodbye is a group high five to the camera and letting us all know we're done. And Andy, if you want to close the room out on the count of 3, let's all give a group high five. 1, 2, 3, high five.